Nearly $100 million in unpaid campaign fines has piled up over decades here in Ohio, and the system meant to collect them is about to go away. Our 11 Investigates team looked into how that happened and what comes next. Lead investigator Brian Duggar joins us now to talk about his most recent investigation. So we're talking about campaign finance fines and an organization that's supposed to be collecting them. What does this really mean for people? Why should they care about this?
Yeah, what it means is it was actually kind of astounding that we found out that there's like $96 million that's been sitting in the uncollected by the state since the 1970s, early 1980s. So $96 million can buy a lot of things probably for the state. And if you're thinking about the Elections Commission, which oversees this whole campaign finance law, you know, they get $400,000 a year. So, I mean, that could have financed them for about 200 years.
Yeah, and we don't know exactly what, I think it's a great question, what could that money have been spent on? What have the fines that have been collected, what's that money been spent on over the decades?
Yeah, I mean, the truth is, just don't think there's been enough collected where they've really been able to do anything with it other than kind of partly finance the commission right now. And like I said, that takes about $400,000 a year. Mm-hmm. But we've seen no evidence that they've really collected any large amount of money.
So let's start with these fines. Who's getting fined and why are they getting fined?
Yeah, so campaign finance law is pretty complicated. I mean, people think, hey, I'm going to run for mayor, I'm going to run for council, I can do a better job than them. But the Secretary of State puts out this handbook that you got to go by. So you have reporting deadlines. If you have a fundraiser and you raise $10 at a chicken fundraiser, well, you need to report that. And there's filing deadlines. And if you don't meet those filing deadlines, you know, put everything on your sheet like you should, then you're going to get fined. Mm-hmm.
So candidates over these years have not paid these fines, and that's totaled $96 million. Why hasn't the Elections Commission been able to collect that $96 million?
Well, I mean, that is the $96 million question. You think about it. We don't really know. So they turn it over to the Ohio Attorney General's office, which has a collection department, and you know, for whatever reason, it's just not happening. At the end of the year, at the very end of the year, the Elections Commission is being dissolved. In the last budget, they said we're no longer going to do this. We're going to put together some other panel that's going to oversee campaign finance law. Unfortunately, nobody has any idea what this is really going to look like yet.
So it sounds like what the Secretary of State decided to disband this election commission because they're not able to get the job done. We're missing $96 million.
Yeah, so Frank LaRose, one of our partners down in Columbus, Rochelle down in Columbus at their investigative team, she actually sat down with Frank LaRose and, you know, she asked him, you know, what's going on? And he spoke pretty strongly that, look, this money hasn't been collected, but we are going to make sure it gets collected in the future. You know, he even mentioned, you know, garnishing people's wages to do that.
So you guys have put together from Cleveland, Columbus, and here in Toledo, a big piece about various aspects of this problem.
Yeah, so this is the first time, we've done it before, but we're hoping every quarter now that we're going to collaborate on an investigation, and we did that. So we have an extended video, which will be on WTOL 11+. It's a 15-minute video. Later tonight at 11, we'll see a shorter version of that. In
our 11 o'clock newscast, it's called The Ballot Box Debt by 11 Investigates. So check that out tonight and on WTOL 11+ and WTOL.com.